Hi everyone! I hope you're all having a great week. Spring is around the corner and I'm starting to dream about my tulips coming out of the ground, so I thought this week I would make a painting with some tulips in it. As you could see in the beginning of the video, I was having a hard time getting my parchment paper to stick to my surface. So I didn't videotape the part of the video where I made the stencil for my painting, but I followed basically the same steps as I did in a previous video where I created a stencil using a hot glue gun. So I'll post the link up above for you to be able to go check that video out. On the surface of my canvas, I put some molding paste along with some varying tissues to create some textures on the base of my canvas. And then I put my stencil on top to create an imprint of the stencil. I usually like to wait until the next day to make sure that my surface has completely dried before moving to the next part of the process. Here I'm putting water on the surface and then using a wash of ink and water, I cover the whole entire surface of my canvas. Once that layer is dry, I add another wash of darker ink on top. The process for this type of painting is basically to create multiple layers of different colors. Using metallic paints on at least some parts of the painting helps to make the varying textures I created become more prominent. Now it's time to start adding layers of color on the tulips. Once this layer is dry, I like to add another wash of dark ink and water over the entire surface of the canvas to darken the textured areas. Now it's time to add more colors to the tulips to help bring them to life. Using the flat side of a palette knife is a great way to put some paint on the raised edges of the surface of the painting. I'm using metallic green paint to add some shimmer to my leaves and stems. And a little bit of gold will add some more interest to the leaves. Next, I decided to add some interference blue to the background of my painting. Here it's important to mention that you want to apply your paint very loosely so that you don't cover all the nooks and crannies you've created when you were making your textures. You want the indentations to remain dark and the raised edges to be a little bit brighter. Now I'm going to apply some gold to the raised edges around the leaves to add some visual interest. Finally, I use my palette knife to add a mixture of white, teal, and primary cyan scraped over the surface of the canvas. Again, I'm not trying to cover the entire thing. I'm just trying to create some matte areas so that the metallic paint doesn't seem quite as overwhelming, I guess. And there we have it. The painting is done and ready to display. Thanks again so much for watching. I wish you a really good week and happy creating!